Welcome to today's Explainer. We're doing a critical horizon scan right now. And honestly, if you're an HR leader, a business owner, or really anyone touching workplace compliance in Victoria, you're going to want to pay attention. We're looking at a rapidly shifting legal landscape as we head deeper into 2026. It's going to impact thousands of businesses very shortly. So we're going to take all these complex legal updates, break them down, and map them out clearly. By the end, you'll know exactly what's coming and, more importantly, how to prepare. Let's get into it. Okay, let's dive right in, because the context here is super urgent. Right now, Victorian workplaces are caught in what you might call a perfect storm of environmental pressures. We're entering a new financial year, which, always brings its own set of budgetary and strategic shifts, but you couple that with an active election cycle? Yeah, that's an environment primed for massive operational and legal changes. This definitely isn't just business as usual. These external pressures mean the ground beneath employers is quite literally shifting, and the compliance rulebook is being rewritten as we speak. Section 1. The shifting workplace landscape. Now, when you zoom out and look at all the latest guidance on the shifting landscape, the sheer volume of information can be totally overwhelming. But what's really interesting about the source material we're examining today is how it naturally groups these impending workplace disruptions into just three massive pillars, just three core areas. And these are the areas that demand our absolute, undivided attention if we want to keep our organization safe and compliant. Section 2, Navigating WFH and AI. Let's tackle the first two of those pillars right now, starting with how everyday, boots-on-the-ground operations are changing. This is our first pillar, the new regime. Basically, the new financial year is bringing in some very specific, legally binding updates to working from home policies, and organizations have got to adapt fast. Look, we are way past the era where WFH was just an ad hoc perk managed by a loose set of guidelines, right? In Victoria, we're now looking at formalized legal frameworks and incredibly stringent compliance standards. This means your current remote work policies might actually be totally outdated, or worse, leaving you legally exposed. Organizations have to move quickly to make sure their policies hold up under this new legal scrutiny. And that brings us to the second pillar, the growing impact of artificial intelligence. This one is fascinating because it's a massive double-edged sword. On the one hand, you've got the very real risks. We're talking data privacy breaches, bias in automated HR decision-making, and completely new compliance hurdles to jump over. But on the other hand, the opportunities are absolutely undeniable. We're talking massive efficiency gains and super streamlined workflows. The source text makes it crystal clear that employers are walking a tightrope here. You can't just ignore AI, but you also can't adopt it blindly. It's a delicate balance that has to be actively managed. Section 3, Managing Terminations and Risk. This logically leads us to the third pillar. And honestly, this is arguably where the legal stakes for employers are at their absolute highest. We are seeing significantly increasing risks associated with employee terminations. The way the legal landscape is evolving right now, the process of letting an employee go is becoming a highly sensitive minefield of operational risk. It demands serious, proactive management. It is no longer enough to just have a valid reason for termination. Procedural fairness, the documentation, the broader legal frameworks, all of it has tightened up significantly. Employers must be intensely proactive to reduce their legal exposure here, because even a single misstep can lead to severe operational and financial consequences. Section 4, Preparing your organization. All right, so we've mapped out the three pillars: the WFH changes, the AI Balancing Act, and those termination risks. Navigating a landscape this complex absolutely requires preparation and expert legal guidance. And guys, there is a ticking clock here. Look at September 1st, 2026. That is the concrete deadline when this new regime effectively takes hold in Victoria. That's right around the corner. And that is exactly why there's a targeted lunchtime briefing happening on July 15th, designed specifically to get you ready for that September deadline. But the work doesn't stop in September. This briefing will also outline your critical 12 to 18-month preparation window to ensure long-term compliance. Immediate action is necessary if you want to get ahead of this timeline. And to navigate a timeline like that, you need authoritative partners in your corner. This quote perfectly captures the mission of Colin Biggers and Paisley, the prominent law firm that's actually hosting this crucial July briefing. We bring clarity to the complex, delivering outcome-focused legal solutions. They have a 125-year history, and that kind of deep expertise is exactly what's needed to cut through all these dense, confusing regulatory shifts and give HR professionals clear, actionable outcomes. And the expert stepping up to provide those specific solutions is Adam Foster. He's a partner in the employment and safety team at Colin Biggers and Paisley, and he's going to be your expert guide leading the briefing. His entire practice is completely dedicated to helping clients navigate these exact types of legislative shifts. He focuses on ensuring that organizations have the absolute best practice policies and procedures in place, making sure they aren't just surviving this transition, but remaining completely, strictly compliant from a regulatory perspective. So, what exactly are you going to learn if you attend? Well, the core agenda for this in-person briefing is incredibly focused. Number one, you'll get the specific legal updates on WFH policies in Victoria. Number two, you're going to learn actionable strategies for balancing the risks and opportunities of AI. Number three, you'll get deep insights into safely managing employee terminations to cut down your exposure. Number four, and this is a critical takeaway, practical, concrete compliance steps that you can actually take back to the office. And finally, number five, a clear roadmap of what employers must be preparing for over the next 12 to 18 months. It is an incredibly high-value agenda. Look, if you are tasked with protecting your organization's operational integrity, you really need to be in the room for this. So here are the concrete logistical details to secure your space. The event takes place on Wednesday, 15 July 2026. It's a lunchtime session running from 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. ASEST. It's an in-person briefing held over at the Colin Biggers and Paisley office, located on level 23, 181 William Street in Melbourne. Now, the source material strongly emphasizes that spaces for this in-person session are strictly limited, so HR leaders need to act fast to get registered. Which brings us to the single most important question I can leave you with today. Are your workplace policies genuinely ready for this new regime? Take a hard look at your WFH frameworks, your stance on AI, and your termination protocols. Are they legally airtight for September 1st, 2026? If you felt even a shadow of a doubt while watching this explainer today, then it's time to take proactive steps and get some expert guidance. The landscape is shifting under our feet, and preparation is absolutely everything. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I really hope this Horizon Scan helps you lead your organization safely into the future.